Welcome. Well, I gave you a little bit of time to think about what it is that God has put on your heart to do and some general goals, long-term goals around where you want to take it. Now, today we're going to dig a little bit deeper and we're going to go into task planning, which if you're ever going to hit your goals, you need to have your tasks that bring you closer to that goal. When you came up with these goals, I told you to write them down, and it's so important that you do that, because if you don't write them down, you're never going to keep them at the forefront of your mind so that you can go and pursue these goals. They'll just kind of be out there somewhere, and you're never going to move any closer. So that's where task planning comes in. Personally, I keep a spreadsheet of my tasks, and I keep it up every day in front of me so that I can see exactly what it is I need to do. Now, my spreadsheet, and you may not be able to really see detail on this, but that's okay. I've got 4 columns, and these 4 columns are task, project, date, and comments. So I name what it is that I have to do to get me closer to my goal. For me, because it's more of a full-time thing, this is why I have almost 150 tasks laid out that reach from now until next year. And that's not going to be the only tasks I have between now and next year. Every day I revisit this list and see if there's anything I need to add to it. Because if I leave anything out, it's not going to get done. So I name the task. Whether it's designing press packs or tweaking the website, learning a specific song, talking with the different churches where we do our Come Find Sanctuary events, emails and phone calls. It's all in here. And then I relate it back because I'm doing multiple projects. That's why I have this projects column. For you, you might not need that column because maybe all you're doing is you've got a singular focus, like feed the hungry, or helping with after-school youth programs, whatever it is. And you still may need that because you may find that over time your vision expands because God has a tendency of doing that, where maybe, especially with like after-school youth programs, maybe you're running a basketball league or a baseball league, and then maybe you decide to do something else that's maybe more homework tutoring or this or that. And this is not, for me, this is very entrepreneurial. I'm driving this, and you're going to have to be a little bit entrepreneurial, but if that's not your gift, don't worry about it. Your tasks may be research existing groups in the area that do what you're looking to do, get in contact with that group, so on and so forth. And you may just be joining another existing group, which is perfectly okay, because God has created each of us to be different parts of the body. But as you go forward, you're going to find that there are going to be tasks within this ministry that you're going to be responsible for. And you're still going to want to keep a list like this so that you make sure you're getting everything sewn up and you're not missing anything, okay? The date column over here, I use that because I need to have a deadline. And you know what? If I miss a deadline, oh well. I just change the date and I keep it on my radar and I keep moving forward, because that assures that I'm going to get it done. Whereas if I just get discouraged about it, I didn't hit my deadline and oh well, I'm done. No, you just gotta adjust your focus. Sometimes things take longer because you've got to get in contact with a person that's hard to get in contact with, and it takes 2, 3, 4, or 5 contacts. Well, that's great. You know, just keep moving the date up, or add an extra task to call back and call back and call back. And it helps you to feel a little bit of victory over something when you're able to get it done. So what I do in this comments field, I mark different things as I go through these tasks, such as I need to get testimonials for some press packs, or I need to call so-and-so, or I have to email so-and-so. But when I'm done and I've completed the task, then in bold letters I write completed and the date completed afterwards, and I move it to a different tab. I actually do have 2 tabs on the spreadsheet, one for tasks I'm doing and one for tasks that I've done. That way I can look back in the history and say, wow, look at what I've actually accomplished. And that's a motivator in going forward and getting things done. Now, you may have asked, you saw when I flipped this over that I've got some dark colored ones and I've got some lighter colored ones. They all start out light colored, but as the date approaches, within, I usually don't go more than a week out, but in this case I have, because there's some extra tasks that I need to start paying attention to now. I've color coded these a different color. On the spreadsheet they look orange, on here they just look gray. But what that does then is allows me to pay specific focus, and I don't get overwhelmed with 150 different tasks, but I see, all right, here's what I need to concentrate on today. And that's a great help to me as well. So I encourage you, make a spreadsheet like this, just on Excel or any kind of spreadsheet program. And no matter how small the task, calling someone or whatever, looking something up online so that you can see what different ministries are doing. There's a million different little small things you're going to have to do. I mean, don't let that overwhelm you, but you've got to prepare yourself and you've got to be knowledgeable. And by doing the research, it's going to help dig up more tasks so that when you are ready to move into actually doing what it is you're doing, you'll be well prepared and you'll have a good sense for this already so that you can keep it going. But that's how you move out of the planning process and into the doing process. You've got to have daily tasks. And this is good for business, it's good for ministry, it's good for servanthood, it's good for if you want to stop eating so much or if you want to become a more compassionate person. There are steps that you can take every day, and if you help yourself to focus on those things, then they're going to get done and you're going to see the change in your life. So this is it. We'll have some more videos about ministry-driven goals and tasks, and just keep watching and go down below here and comment, please, because it's going to help you in the long run figure out what other people are doing, and you'll be encouraged. All right? Well, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.